Okay, it's March 28th, 2023. I realized I was looking through some videos and I realized that it's been like almost a year since I started the chicken coop um, video. If you haven't watched that video, you might want to watch it first. It's like 8.5 minutes, something like that, where I started making the hen house, which I realized I was calling a chicken coop. I'm sitting outside the chicken coop right now. Um, I'm sitting where a rain barrel will sit eventually. I'm not sure if you can see where the downspout, the eaves trough, where the rainwater collection will come out of the chicken coop. I wanted to post this update because it's been a while, and I learned a bunch of stuff that I needed to do. Um, that I wasn't aware of, and I'm glad that I learned before I did any of this. If you're thinking about getting chickens, at least here at High River, you need to do like a course, and I recommend doing the course. There's a lot about chickens I didn't realize, but what they require to have chickens in an urban setting was more, as you can tell. Originally, I was just going to make the coop, the actual, like the hen house is what it is, and then throw some netting over it and then call it good. Not going to be enough, right? There's hawks, if nothing else, around here, so the netting wasn't going to be enough. We got, cats and dogs and foxes and coyotes and all that kind of stuff around here too. So I got a pretty good coop set up here, and I'll show you what's going on. And we don't have any chickens right now, but we're gonna get some, so pressure's on to get this finished. We did have some as an experiment last summer, which went well, but we gave them away for the winter because we didn't have the coop insulated, so I was afraid they're gonna freeze to death. So here we are. It's the end of March. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna get the coop finished here so that we can get the permit, so that we can get chickens that we can keep and have actual chickens. I don't think we're going to hatch them here. That's a whole other thing, apparently, I learned. Mainly because we want hens. We're not allowed roosters. We don't want a rooster. And that was an issue last year. So this year we're going to get this ready. We're going to get everything set up and then get some hens. We do have some new neighbors too, so over the winter, so we'll have to talk to them. But probably pretty good. So we'll see what happens anyway. First things first, finish it, get the permit, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. I'll give you a tour of what's going on here. All right, the exterior. This would be the west side of the chicken coop itself. It needs to have it needs to be protected from the weather. So I ended up having to put a hard roof on it, which is all fine. I had the material. I was going to use the clear roofing, I'll show you on the inside, for a greenhouse, but whatever, I needed it for this, so it works. And it's pretty much sealed around, so it is hard. I did find a gap here this spring that I need to plug up with a 2x4, but it's pretty hard for anything to get in. The gap's at the top of the door here, I'll show you. See, up here is let me show you here. There's a gap in here. Right here. That needs to get filled. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, in here. So the door closes. See, you see there's still a hole there. So we gotta fill that in. But again, we have some time. Here we go. Alright, so I've done some work. I just haven't had any videos. And it just snowed yesterday, so the clear roof's got some snow on it, which is why it's dark. Something else we gotta work on, but anyway, and it's only clear roof on the ends. The center is solid shingled on the top. And then inside the chicken coop itself is the hen house, which is what the other video was starting on. This is more the angle the last video ended at. Gives you a better idea. See the slope of the roof and whatnot. I ended up getting some steel roofing that's sort of in strips. But for the outside, I'm going to paint it all. So it kind of looks a little ragtag right now. This piece of roof, I'm waiting for some more steel to show up, and then I'll finish that off. And then the whole thing's insulated. Pretty much it's finished insulating. I do need to there's some spray foam areas I'm going to use spray foam in, and it's too cold, so I'm waiting for it to warm up before I can do that. So I don't know, here I'm going to turn around and turn this around. Okay, so I don't know if you remember in the last video, if when I had this just the framing done, I hadn't done the chicken livestock caretaker course thing, certification thing, yet. So I didn't know that we needed a hard roof. It needed to be separate from this thing, and all that. So the original plan is for this bit of roof to actually like open up completely, and as you can see, it doesn't, right? So but I didn't want to go too high because I still wanted to keep a pretty low profile for the neighbors and front and all that kind of stuff. It kind of still meshes, so a lower roof is worth the issue, or worth this not working. And so that, I mean, whatever. From this angle, you can see how I just sort of shiplapped the outside along here. So there's the frame from the last video, and then there's the shiplap, just pieces of pallet wood that I had go between each the studs and stuff. And then you can see how this is insulated. You can see the foam board in behind there. But yeah, it's a chicken coop. I keep telling myself, and I'm starting to get too nitpicky about the details. I'm like, it's a chicken coop. It's a hen house. It's fine. Like I said, when I get more steel, I'm gonna put steel in here. I didn't do the half door like I was planning on, but whatever, it works. I realized it doesn't need to have the half door anyway. There's 3 chickens, open and close, right? This is the other part that this roof became an issue with, but anyway, this also lifts up there, and there should be a post in here, but it fell in, so I'll just hold it like that. But when it's all done, I'll have a hook in here so that you don't have to hold it, because this is getting heavy with the insulation and stuff. So, but there's some ventilation here. There's a difference between draft and ventilation, I learned. So everything has to be sealed, so that there's no drafts, but you need ventilation, so there's ventilation here at the top. One thing I wanted to mention, that all around, so this is one thing to keep the chickens in and the outside animals out. So your foxes, your coyotes, owls, I guess, weasels. So on the neighbor's fence, I didn't want to attach anything to it. I ended up, yes, this is stapled to it, but if they want to ever do anything with their fence, it's not a big deal to pull those staples out. So and otherwise we're not actually attached to it. The bottom, you see down here, can I zoom? Can't zoom on this phone. Down here, the chicken wire fence actually goes about 8 inches down below the fence in the ground, so it stops things from it stops things from burrowing under the fence too in here. So it's supposed to anyway. So far so good. This is the original fence, the back side of the fence that looks, it's on there. It used to be a door. I just took the door off, made it a fence. One downside is that this is the cold water tap, the outside. So I do have manifold for this, so that it's got 2 or 3 different directions it can go, and then you see the hole in the fence where it goes out to the front. So I'll turn it this way for this part. The last thing I just finished, well, not finished is quotation marks there, but the eaves trough. So in order to keep this place dry, I'm going to collect the water that comes off the roof, which is all right because I need, we can use that water. So I sort of retrofitted. It's not pretty, but it'll work. I have to add a piece in the middle. I just didn't have enough eaves trough. I got these off a building that was coming down, but there's the only piece of that would come down. So I'm still missing the piece in the middle, and when I do that, then I'll connect it. You can see way down here. I get down here. This one connects. See, again, not pretty, but it has to come down again anyway once I put the, let's see, is that going to focus for me? Let's put the middle piece in. So when all pieces are here ready to go, I'll worry about making it pretty. I might even paint it. Probably not. But anyway, that's so trying to keep the place dry. Okay, this video is getting a little long, but I want to get into the inside of the coop itself here, the hen house itself. But I just wanted to mention that in the wintertime, on the outside of this wall, I'm going to put up some plastic. I think I might do it on both ends actually next winter, to keep the snow from drifting in all the little cracks and stuff. It's not a big deal in the summertime, but in the wintertime, it just makes it moisture, right? So see, all that blew in from the crack right there. So if I can block that off, it'll keep the snow out of here too. So okay, now I'm inside the hen house. Let's see if I close the door here. Okay, now the door is closed and the camera's in a more secure position. It's not too bad in here. Like, it's pretty bright. I don't think I need any. The extra lighting is for the winter time. So if you want the chickens to have, if you want to get egg production in the wintertime, you have to have supplemental lighting. So we'll do that. But at any rate, I just wanted to show the inside here. So okay, I'll show it in here because it's okay. It kind of shows it a little better. It's kind of a funky lighting focus thing here going on, but you can see the ventilation at the top. Where's my finger? Right there. Ventilation. There's a window. There's 2 perches, so each bird needs a perch. So if I'm gonna have 3, I need another perch in here, which there was before I started insulating everything. But and then this thing here is the next nesting box. When this lid goes up, and this lid comes up also, and then you can actually harvest the eggs from outside. You don't have to come in here. But then, like, the roof is all insulated. This back wall needs the spray foam insulation. That's what I'm almost there. It's getting warmer during the day, and then the floor needs another layer to insulate it. But oh, I bet you it's the lighting that's messing up the. There we go. Open the door back up. There you go. So you can see I need another layer of plywood on the floor to insulate it and fill the cracks in. That's all spray foam insulation. So a couple hours with some spray foam and it'll be completely done, ready for birds. Well, it's ready for birds now. The insulation is for next, it really doesn't need to be there till next year. So next fall. So we have time. We're getting there. Okay, well, there you have it. That's the update so far of the chicken coop hen house situation. It's way more intense than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. I'm glad that I did the course first and we do this. Hopefully the town gets this permit so we can get chickens. That would be ideal. Get some eggs. We use about 8 eggs a day, at least. So if we can produce some of them ourselves, that would be great. When it's all said and done, I'll do a total update. Get the chickens in here. I'll give you an update of how everything looks at the end of it. But I just wanted to do this update so that you can see where we're at. It's been a year since we started this process, and we're almost there. So stay tuned. All right, eatmyshrubs.com.